Welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Michael Gelfie Studios, Plate Mill Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello, listeners. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Knights of Roleplay. I'm DM Chris. Life has made it necessary for us to be on Zoom today, which is a bit of a bummer since this adventure will be the finale of our Dragonbirth campaign. The characters went to 5th level after we signed off from our last adventure. At the end of our adventure today, DM John will be sharing a little info about his upcoming campaign. Now let's get into the adventure. As our adventure begins, the date is Dayanex 5th, 3252 AD. The party traveled to a small island in Blue Province to obtain a drop of dragon's blood. Z's mentor Dargan has told the party that creatures called dragon blood oozes that are composed of actual dragon's blood tend to live in the area of a dragon's lair. The party's plan was to avoid the ancient blue dragon Shimagor and to fight a dragon blood ooze to get a drop of dragon's blood. Their plan was successful. According to Ophelia, the young clairvoyant guiding the party's missions, the dragon's blood is the third and final component needed for a ritual that will bring about the end of the corrupt Dragonborn Council. The other two components are the previously obtained platinum egg and platinum tablet. So, adventurers, with the drop of dragon's blood in your possession, how would you like to proceed? And just so you're aware, the ship that brought your group to the island stayed overnight. So the ship is available to bring you back to Madeline Point on the edge of Blue Province, just so you are aware. But how would you like to proceed? You literally just got the drop of dragon's blood. You're standing in front of this cave that you know has been carved out with claws and lightning, almost certainly from the blue dragon that resides there. So how would you like to proceed?
Oh, I think we got what we need here. No reason to stick around as far as I'm concerned.
What time of day is it? Just to sanity check, like how far we had to kind of bushwhack into the wilderness.
I don't honestly remember, but I'm just going to say, to make it easy, it's midday.
Okay.
There was a storm that was around the area as well, so there is still a ongoing storm as well.
Should probably get out of here, get back to the shore, see if we can catch the ship, and then we can rest there while we're at sea. Does it seem like a plan for everyone?
Yes.
I would rest here and possibly miss the ship.
I would very much like to check out what's going on in this cave, but I suppose that might not be a good idea considering our time crunch.
We mentioned the part about not dying.
What is this dying you speak of?
Battering?
Yeah, what is it? Different for different species, right?
So back to the ship is the plan?
Back to the village.
So.
Back to the village? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay overnight in the village and leave in the morning with the ship, that's perfectly fine.
That's okay too. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I guess as long as we don't miss the ship.
Yeah, that's
although
the
that
point.
could be
Whenever
interesting too if we miss the ship.
I ship
it. Z forages as we're heading back out of the crazy storm zone and like picks up more cool animals, fruits, berries, whatever that she can cook into some conglomeration when we get back to the village for sharing.
Foraging animals, that's a trick.
Yeah.
Foraging animals?
Yeah, she can. She that's her.
Aqua
her
doesn't
outlay.
like the look of this.
Well,
She's very sus about you.
Just you stand there for a
Outlander.
minute, wait for some birds to perch in your hair or something.
See, if it's sunny, I don't have to eat. But today is not sunny, and I know you don't have to eat, but these two do. And I like making friends with the villagers, so.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. When you guys are resting overnight, why don't we do some more story prompts?
Okay. Oh boy.
And I don't have a lot of these left. But since since it'll be the last adventure in this story arc, because I definitely plan on revisiting these characters. Let's do some more of these. So as you're resting overnight, let's see, Kate, with regards to your character Z, what location did you best enjoy? Like what area you visited, what location you visited that has a memory of something that you really had fun doing or visiting?
So far, like in the context, like adventuring with this crazy crew, or just like her whole life?
It's up to you. It could be something throughout her entire life. It's totally up to you.
She probably personality-wise has had the most fun troublemaking. So that's kind of a broad hat. It could be our group picking the fight with the city guard right in the middle of Shakar. It could be
I'm asking for a physical location.
A physical location. Shakar would be the physical location. So that's where she's had the most troublemaking and getting to beat up on the uppity dour guard and all that kind of good stuff, both with this group and her mentors and others before that point. So
okay, cool. All right. John, with regard to Andy, where do you wish you were right now? You were actually sitting around a fire on the edge of this island, but where do you wish you were right now, Andy?
Well, Andy's always been kind of the type to just enjoy where he is, but I guess if he had to pick, probably back at that inn where we were having. Was it in I don't think it was in Shakar. I don't remember which city it was. Where we
where you met Crush?
Where we charmed that lady to get into the library.
Oh, you're talking about the Three Oaks in Spruce Haven.
He had a lot of fun at the Three Oaks Inn.
Andy wants to go back to the trees.
It would probably be Z's like run-up location, just because it is so beautiful there. Yeah. So that's valid. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So Greg, with regard to your character Erebus, Erebus, who did you leave behind? Who did you leave behind?
That's a tough question. I feel like I've left a lot behind, especially with leaving my family behind, but they're no more family to me now than they were when I was younger. So I feel like the party is my family now. So I've enjoyed adventuring over the course of time that I've been an adventurer.
Cool. Very cool. Sarah, with regards to Aqua, what villain is still out there?
Them. The unnamed them that she never really knew who they were. They never had names. They only slightly had faces. But the ones that did the experiments and made her who she is, or them who they are.
Okay.
Because the people running the lab and whoever's pulling the strings on that.
Mm-hmm. Big brother, if you will.
Makes sense. I bet it's the council, but who knows?
That's cool. That's very cool.
They've never really felt anything of their own person or being. Like they were just created to be something for someone else. So this sense of being part of another group, of another family, is very foreign to them.
Okay. That is very cool. Okay, so you get up the next day and you set out for Madeline Point. Is that the plan?
Yeah. I don't see any reason to hang about wherever the ship takes us next.
Okay. Sarah, is Aqua continuing to sort of study the tablet as you go?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So Aqua is studying the platinum tablet, trying to get a sense of the language of the colossi, sort of cross-referencing that with all the rubbings that you took from the library.
Okay.
That was in Z's hometown. What was it called again, Kate?
That was Spruce Haven.
Spruce Haven, the library in Spruce Haven, where
Yeah.
Aqua got all those rubbings.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we get long rest? Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Housekeeping.
You make it back to. Takes you a couple days to get back to Madeline Point, which is on the edge of Blue Province and Shikar. And I would like to have. Is there anybody who hasn't described an interesting event along the journey recently? I think. Who did I have? I think Sarah did it on the way there. You talked about a creature in the ocean.
I did. A big
John,
creature with
John, between between Z and Andy and Erebus, which one of you haven't done that in a while?
I think it's been a while for me.
Yeah. Same. It's been a little bit.
Last time
Okay.
I did was falling through the snow.
All right, so Greg, on your way back, what interesting thing do you see along your journey on the way back to Madeline Point?
Erebus notices that there's a rainbow in the sky, but it's not a normal rainbow. It's like a double rainbow. So,
Nice.
things, seem to be turning the tide after having been through storminess and kind of crazy atmospheres in order to get to where they are now and where they're going. So,
Okay.
so he's marveling at that,
That's pretty cool.
and he's never seen one before. So,
And we'll say, just because it's fun and interesting, we'll say that it's sort of like an intersecting rainbow. Like, it almost makes like two humps, but the ends of it kind of cross over, as opposed to being like one in a curve and then one above it in a curve. They sort of intersect on one end. Just kind of a little interesting note. Okay. So you get back to Madeline Point, and takes about half a day to get back to Shikar, if that's where you're going. Ophelia kind of checks in with you telepathically to see where you guys are at and what your approximate arrival time is, and she is eager to basically hold on to whatever container has the dragon blood, because she feels, much like with the tablet and the egg, that if she can hold the container with the dragon's blood, that she will get a vision. So are you heading back to sort of like the edge of Shikar? Are you going in with disguises? Like, how do you guys want to approach actually meeting up with her?
That's basically our goal right now, is basically to get the tablet and the blood to her so she can figure out what to do next.
Essentially,
Yeah.
the vision that she gave you last time was that of how to get the dragon's blood. And she said that she was having a hard time. She knows that there's some place that you have to bring the egg and the tablet and the blood, but she's having a hard time figuring out where that is. She believes that if she's able to touch the dragon's blood or the container that's holding it, that it will trigger another vision that will hopefully clarify where the ritual needs to take place.
Well, we could get people back in their disguises if we want to.
By all
head in.
means, I would love to use our crystal ball.
All right.
We can go to Barton's, or if we want to have them come out to the edge of town again. I don't know if either is safer.
Either one.
I'm
Either
open
one,
to
either
either.
one is fine.
I'm perfectly happy just getting you guys dressed up, and we can go ahead and head on in.
Let's do that.
You watch this time he rolls a fucking 1.
Yeah.
So are you going to use your alternate identity?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to do
See
some?
who
I
wants to
think it
play.
was it deception?
Yeah, it's a deception check, and basically.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Let's go with you then. $23.
Okay. So you make it to Barton's without any trouble, and you go inside, and Ophelia is happy to see you. She knows there was a certain risk of becoming dragon lunch when you went to go get the dragon's blood, so she's happy that did not happen. Obviously, when she checked in with you on your way back, she knew you were okay, but she's happy to see you in person nonetheless. And she asked for the container of the dragon's blood, which I think Z has. Is that right?
It's hiding in among all my other brewing supplies, so some jumbling of bottles and find the right one, and basically hand it to her.
Okay.
That actually might be a
Yeah.
pretty cool thing to put in your brew. Do you
Maybe.
think you can keep some left over after this? Whatever
I
we're
don't
doing
know.
with this thing.
Well, we'll see.
It's a very small amount of blood.
Ah, darn.
Perhaps
Might
we
make it
worry
nice and
about this
spicy.
now and think about other things.
Yeah,
later,
I mean,
maybe.
all I know is that spray hurts, so I'm not sure about who could drink that drink.
It'd just be a little spicy.
Pretty
I-
spicy.
I
Nothing wrong
appreciate
with
the pepper.
Nothing wrong with a little heartburn, after all.
Okay, so as Ophelia touches the container with a drop of dragon's blood, once again her eyes take on a platinum glow. Her hair begins to float off her shoulders. Her gaze is distant. Her body is still. When she returns to normal, she says, I had a vision of a massive cave below the Dragonborn Council building. We must bring the platinum egg, the platinum tablet, and the drop of dragon's blood to the cave and perform the ritual that is written on the tablet. Something incredible will happen that will end the rule of the Dragonborn Council. In my vision, I also saw an entrance to the chamber. It is located in a small cave on the southwestern edge of Shikar, on the border of Shikar and Red Province.
So we're going into a cave under Dragonborn Council, and it's going to do something that's going to end the Dragonborn Council. Does anybody else think that we should not be nearby when it explodes?
Well,
You only live once.
if this is what it takes to help millions of people,
Sarah,
another adventure.
Ophelia says she asks Aqua what her progress is with regards to learning the language of the Colossi. So I know you don't have a way to quantify that, but if you just basically share with her the progress that you've made up to this point, basically a couple days out and then a couple days back, trying to study the tablet, she kind of confers with you on what she knows from her visions and whatnot, and she says that if you'd be willing to sort of rest overnight here with her at Barton's, she feels that she can probably help you to decipher whatever you can't read that's on the tablet for the ritual.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So over the course of the night, if you stay at Barton's, you all stay at Barton's, unless you want to tell me something otherwise, and Ophelia helps you to basically translate what's on the tablet. So, you're not fluent, Aqua's not fluent in the language of the Colossi at this point, but you know what's on the tablet, you can read what's on the tablet, you know what the ritual basically entails, and it essentially talks about there's a location under the Dragonborn Council building where you have to basically read what's on the tablet and put the drop of dragon's blood onto the egg as you are basically conducting this ritual. It doesn't exactly specify what the result will be. It doesn't say explosion.
That would be effective at ending the Dragonborn Council.
Load-bearing villains.
Yeah.
If it involves an egg and a drop of life, I'm concerned about what might come out of this egg. But we
Well,
shall see.
She's
Oh.
saying that it's going to be something that will change the council, so it can't be all bad.
We've seen visions of platinum dragons, so maybe what the problem all these years has been that there's been no balance. Maybe platinum brings balance. I don't know.
Or maybe what comes out of it is just going to be another dragon, and they'll imprint on the first person they see. And if they see me, then I get my own pet
Do we get a
dragon
pet
that I get to ride
dragon?
around on. And that's pretty cool.
Wishful thinking, Andy.
I'm here for it. I'm here for
Erebus
it.
claps him on the shoulder and says, "Stop."
If you think that you are
Ow.
going to tame an ancient beast like a dragon, you are stupider than I've ever thought you were.
Oh, will it be an ancient beast or will it be a
I
baby
just gotta
that we
be
need
its
to?
dad.
Will it be a baby that we need to protect and raise? I mean, we won't know unless we do
I'll
the
be
ritual.
your baby that you
Whoa.
need to protect and raise.
Whoa,
That
Okay.
went sideways.
Aqua is spicy today.
Okay, so
I am
you
drinking my pumpkin spice.
Oh, you're being basic.
I love my pumpkin.
'tis the season. Mid-September, all that stuff is starting. So are you doing anything before you leave the next day for Red Province? Is there anything you want to do before you leave?
I mean, meta, does anybody need to stock up on components, supplies, weapons that go along with this latest level up? Yada yada.
If you're all fifth level now, I mean, if there's anything in particular that you need for spell components or anything like that, you might actually be able to get some small items from Barton or from people that he knows who are close by, instead of having to go out and shop. You know, Barton could like run an errand for you guys if you need stuff to get picked up.
Do we have potions?
I've got one.
I
I
still
have
have one.
Andy has one, Erebus has one. Okay, and maybe the other two were used, perhaps.
And we've got our bonus action one that we can use too that recovers like quarter of the hit points or something like that.
You do
Temporary.
you do have the Blessing of Vigor, which you can use a
Yeah.
bonus action to get a quarter of your hit points in temporary.
Yep.
And I believe that's a bonus action ability.
Greg has second wind.
Right. So, are people ready to go?
Tally
Ready as
ho.
I'll ever
I
be.
think so.
Okay.
I suggest caution.
Alright.
I find it unlikely that the Dragonborn Council would be unaware of caves that go under their own building.
I mean, we could go. The Dargon's been able to do all this research for us because he has ties. I forget if he's like a cousin to the green guy or something like that. But
No, he's basically just
Yeah. yeah,
I think you overestimate these humans, Andy.
but well, we could give Dargon a hint as to what we're doing, but there's risk both ways, right? On the one hand, he might be able to head off some problems for us. On the other, if someone gets a hold of him and makes him talk, then people are going to know where we're at. So, but we think someone's been spying us anyway, so does it make a difference? Could help, probably won't hurt. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think all Andy's saying is we need to use caution. I'm sure there's going to be protective measures in place to keep this place guarded.
I could ask Dargon if he and the other two could create some kind of event somewhere else in the city that might draw some of that attention away.
But
In
it's
this
not in
particular
the
case,
city,
we're-
it's on the outskirts.
Yeah, but if any level of protection gets drawn away from the council building, there's less stuff that can get set down into caves after us. Or at least more time before they can get there.
I think in this particular case, our anonymity is our best asset. Let's
Okay.
not rock the boat until we actually know if there's anything even necessary.
Okay.
Okay. So you are
We need
heading.
to check out the cave. We don't want to.
Okay.
We should probably check out the cave first and then decide on the course of action.
Okay.
Okay, so you travel with Ophelia and her father Barton to the southwestern edge of the capital city of Shakar, to the border of Shakar in the mountainous Red Province. The mountains on the edge of Red Province are small and get larger toward the center of the province. Led by Ophelia, you only travel for about 5 minutes into Red Province before arriving at a small mountain. There is a cave entrance at the base of the mountain. The entrance is about 8 feet high and 6 feet wide. Ophelia says, "This is it. Please follow me. Do you want to do anything before entering the cave?
This is one I should have taken invisibility after all.
Get
Can I
ready
do
to.
like a perception check of the area?
Yeah, sure.
Make sure that we haven't been followed or.
Yeah, go for it. That sounds great.
I would also like to, while she's doing that, I'd like to ritual cast Detect Magic, so I can have that up.
Yeah, sure. So you spend about 10 minutes while Andy is casting that, and Aqua takes a good look around.
Not a very good look around though, because I rolled a 1. That's a total of 5.
5.
5.
Okay. It looked like a mountain.
Yeah. I mean, your passive is higher, right? But
Yes,
I don't
my
know what
passive is
Chris's
much
ruling
higher
is.
than that.
Yeah,
My
well,
passive is 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I definitely will give you your passive in place of a roll that is lower than your passive. I mean, you find small traces of like animal activity around, but you don't find anything concerning. You don't see any sort of indications of anything outside of the natural surroundings. So you don't think anybody is really around.
Does my passive insight think that there might be traps or
That's
things
really
to worry about?
your passive insight is more for reading people. Do you mean your passive
Okay.
investigation?
Yeah, my
I don't-
passive investigation shit, so yeah.
It's fine. Everything's all
fine. Nothing's gonna hurt me. I'm made of stone.
Okay. So you all move into the cave. You travel for miles through a labyrinth of cave systems, guided by Ophelia's memories from her vision. After about 30 minutes, you find yourself standing in a large cave passage about 200 feet tall that ends at a large wall made from black metal. It appears to be the same metal from the structures you explored that were built by the Colossi. On the surface of the metal, you see the same kind of engravings that you saw in those structures. And Aqua, now that you can read a little more of the language, it seems like a lot of the engravings basically talk about various kinds of prophecies. And some of the information that you had obtained at the library, I believe, with Andy's research, was that it was rumored that there was a very small population of black metal colossi that had some sort of ability with prophecies. So what you're seeing here is very consistent with everything that you know and that you've learned thus far. So in the center of this wall appears to be a triangular door made of multiple panels that cross over each other, something that you recognize from the structures that you were in that belong to the Colossi. And there is a familiar panel about 30 feet up that you recognize as the device to open the door. So standing in front of this door built by the Colossi, what would you like to do?
Okay, Z, uppies.
Lift people up. Yeah, she'll help
Andy
people
up.
climb. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Just gotta get to the
you
panel.
you bring Andy up there so Andy can get to the panel, and you activate the door, and like the different panels kind of slide open, kind of like an iris. And what you see is on the other side of this door is a truly enormous cave chamber. It is roughly dome-shaped, perhaps a mile across at the base and maybe half as tall at its center. It is illuminated by glowing spheres that float about 6 feet off the ground. The spheres are placed around the perimeter of the entire chamber. In the center of the chamber, it's maybe like a half a mile away from where you're standing right now. There is something that there are objects or something that you're not able to quite hone in on from standing here in the doorway, but there are objects or structures or something in the very center of the room. And part of the reason why you can make that out is because you're pretty sure from this distance you can see that there are more of those glowing spheres basically in a central location in this gigantic chamber. The spheres are all around the outside of on the perimeter, as well as right in the very center, which is drawing your eye line to something there, some structures, objects, or something in the center. It's difficult to see, so what would you like to do? You're standing at the door right now. What would you like to do?
From where we're standing, does this look like the only door that we can see?
Make a perception check. And we'll take your passive if you roll lower.
I did not. 22.
Nice.
22. That's pretty good. Okay. You... a mile is a long way. You think that you can make out on like the wall to your left and the wall to your right, at approximately the distance of whatever's in the center of this room. You think maybe you can discern that there are some doors there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little hard. It's a little hard to say, but if this room were to have like 4 entrances into it, you'd be at one. There'd be one on the left and one on the right, and possibly
like
one at the far end.
So that same symmetry, which I mean, 200
Yeah.
feet, you can see like a 200-foot building from a mile away, but it depends on how bright or dark the room is. So yeah, that
Right,
seems
but you're looking across a
buy it.
largely flat
Yeah.
plane. You're not looking at a
Yeah.
tall structure.
right.
I suggest we close the door here before we proceed.
I
That's
will
fair.
also, I'm going to add, Andy, that because you got a 22, that's a good roll, that whatever's in the center of the room, you see movement.
Oh, dear.
We may not be the first people here.
No, but I still suggest we close the door because we probably want to be the last.
Are you moving in and closing the door?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that's Ophelia. I would say if you tell us that you see movement, then I would warn her and say, do we still want to go down there? We'll try to keep you safe if they're hostile.
Ophelia says, yes, we must complete this ritual. The Dragonborn Council must be stopped.
Okay.
And you see as you move into the chamber that her father Barton, he draws a short sword
Okay.
Oh,
from a sheath under his cloak, and it looks to be, I mean, he doesn't try to draw attention to it, but it's obvious that he's trying to protect his daughter. And he doesn't necessarily look like some big tanky warrior kind of a guy. He's tall, but he's thin, and he pulls out this short sword that looks like it's very finely crafted, and you think it has like the slightest little bit of like a glow to it.
Okay, so he's a dex build. All right.
And
He's a magic guy.
and he kind of stands
Yeah.
very close to Ophelia.
Okay.
But yeah, she definitely encourages people to try to go in there and try to complete the ritual, whatever is in the center.
All right.
Tread lightly.
So we got to get the egg down there and the drop of blood, and then Ophelia, do you have to do the ritual on the tablet?
I don't think it matters who
All right.
reads it. I mean, I can try to read it, or Aqua could read it.
It has to be you or Aqua. Okay. That's
Well,
I just
they're the only
wanna
ones that
make
know how to read
Yeah.
it.
We're the only
so-
ones that know how to read it. So
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
So let's go.
All right.
okay. So let's see. Just
See,
double-
puppies.
As he lifts you up,
Yeah,
so
he's
you
you
close the
again.
door.
Puts you down on his
I also-
shoulder.
Okay.
Let's see. I also
So-
leave a mark on the door so that we know which door it is that we
Okay.
actually came.
Yeah,
Good
sure.
idea.
So in the center of the chamber, as you get closer, it appears to be a circular area of black metal on the floor, perhaps like 500 feet in diameter. There's the ring of glowing spheres is kind of right around the perimeter of this black disc on the floor, and in the center of that area is a dais that has nothing on it, and you see that there are 6 figures that are standing in close proximity to where the dais is. And as you get closer, you see that there are 5 dragonborn, each of a different color, along with what looks to be a human male who is thin, about average height, is bald, has tattoos on their head and on their arms, and some areas where you can see their flesh. They have like tattoos, a lot of tattoos on themselves. And as you approach this group of dragonborn, they see you coming and they sort of don't approach. They stay around the dais. And as you get closer, it's obvious that based on what they're wearing, on the robes that they're wearing, that they appear to be the Dragonborn Council.
This probably should not have been a surprise. It really wasn't. I kind of figured that they would know about this place.
So the red Dragonborn steps forward and says, "I am Zathul of the Dragonborn Council. My seer, Semtek, has made us aware that you plan to destroy the Dragonborn Council. His visions have not provided specific information, but his most recent vision showed you performing some kind of ritual here in this chamber designed to bring our reign of power to an end. We will not allow that."
Uh-oh.
I would like to see him stop us.
Nice.
Well, Zathul, I gotta tell you, your ability to track us down has been nothing more than remarkable. And I gotta tell you, as we were working our way across the snowfields, I could almost swear that your presence was just out there, just beyond my senses, and it really was very intimidating. And I must congratulate you on that. Were you doing this all on your own? Did your other council members know anything about it? Because it really was spectacular. And as we were marching through the forests, that's just this constant feeling of being watched. I knew that that the amount of power that you were putting towards finding us must have been great. And that's been 1 minute, so I cast Enthralling Performance. So
I was going to say, what is this BS he's pulling out of his butthole?
So red,
They're going to
blue,
let him
and
monologue. They can pay the price.
Yes.
red, blue, and green are the 3 that I am going to pick.
Okay.
They must make a wisdom saving throw or be charmed.
Okay. Let me grab my dice.
Come on, charmed.
Come on, no legendary resistances. I remember the blue guy is potentially the one we're most likely to convince about certain things anyway.
Did you say wisdom, John?
Yes. Let's make it red, white, and green. Now that I think about it.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Like, and blue? What? So you're going for the Italian flag.
You said red, white, and green?
Yes.
Red, white, and green. Okay, so let's do some saving throws. All right, wisdom. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, what did you say the DC was again?
14.
14. Okay, that is a 14. That was for Zathul. And then we go on to Garrix.
Mhm.
We got 16. And then Morphos. I got a 15.
Darn it.
Ah.
Well, that was worth a try. At least they don't know that I tried to do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice ability.
So Zathul addresses Andy. You are but a fool. My seer Semtek, and he kind of motions his head to the human, was doing his best to follow you, and we tried to stop you, but it looks like we'll have to stop you here and now instead.
Sounds like a fight's coming.
All right. So, are you doing anything right now?
I once again logically ask how you really think that's possible.
Z points at Sokor and says, "Are you really okay with this? Because out of everybody, I've heard that you're maybe the most reasonable about what's good leadership versus being a bunch of jerks and having a reign of terror instead of power."
Sokor says, the council must continue. Here today, you will be destroyed.
Oh.
And they move to attack.
Okay.
So let's roll initiative. Let's see.
So roll initiative. Who wants to play? Do the sparkling one. Woohoo! All right, let's start.
Okay, so initiative. So, Andy, what do you got?
Andy got a 12.
And Aqua, what'd you get?
9.
9.
9.
9.
And Erebus, what'd you get?
A 9 also.
Who has the higher dex mod between you and Aqua?
+4.
What's that, Sarah?
My dex mod is also +4.
Rollies.
Off.
Rollies.
Roll off.
Yeah, roll off. Rollies.
D20.
Yes.
7.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's on D&D Beyond if anybody wants to see.
And Z.
The new rules actually cover this.
23.
Okay. And the council goes on 13. As per my rules of static initiative for the bad guys, the enemies. So, okay, so with regard to the party versus the Dragonborn Council, we have at the top of the initiative is Z, our root folk monk. Then we have the Dragonborn Council. Then we have Andy, our halfling bard warlock. Then we have Aqua, our shardling rogue, and then Erebus, our dragonborn fighter. And just as a note, you see that during the conversation with the council, that Barton pulled Ophelia like a great distance away from where you guys all are. So they are sort of like just off screen, and Barton is standing there with his shiny special short sword. But they're just like a little bit off camera. All right, so top of the initiative for round 1 is Z, our root folk monk.
All right, so how far away are they right now?
I would say that right now they are probably about 30 feet away.
30 feet away. Yeah.
But
So we got
they're
close
all-
enough to talk, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, they're not standing in a line, but Zathul is probably in the front at about 30 feet, with the
Okay.
others sort of a little staggered behind him. And
Sure,
you know, everybody's kind of starting to move around and looking to engage.
Okay. All right. Well, I think she is going to move up 15 feet and swing out some limbs at the seer guy. do some
Okay, at Semtech, yep.
unarmed strikes. Yeah, so she's gonna say, "You've been a pain in our butts," and she's gonna swing at him. Should I forget at this point his unarmed strike gone to D6? I think it might have. Actions, attack, unarmed strike. Oh. Unarmed strike is this must be the new rules. Unarmed strike is a D8 now at level 5. Are you okay with that? I just wanted to check that you're okay with the 2024 rules because it's kind of a sudden shift. So okay.
Yeah, for our listeners, the 2024 D&D Player's Handbook has been released at this point, and we use D&D Beyond, so we're anticipating things like this, where all of a sudden people's characters have just changed all of a sudden.
Glad I checked. So, all right, let's.
I wouldn't make any effort to go in and try to change your character to match 2024, but if it happens automatically, then just let it ride.
For sure, that makes sense.
Just roll with it.
Okay.
And the monk's martial arts die did start at a bigger die. That's one of the improvements that they made.
Okay. Give him a little more teeth. That's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's exactly the point.
Huh. That would be a 2 for my first attack on the dice, which is a whopping 8. I'm assuming that's not going to hit him.
Okay, is that little ducks under your big branchy?
I'm going after the seer.
Semtech ducks under your big branchy arm.
But then she swings back because extra attack. And that's a 19 on the die, so much better. So then that is going to be, let's see here, AC 25 to hit.
AC 25 definitely hits.
Yep, base damage is going to be 7, bludgeoning. And
7 bludgeoning, okay.
Yep, and stunning strike.
Stunning strike.
Yep.
Right. Constitution save, right?
Correct.
Okay. That would be an 8.
That will fail.
Semtech, the seer, is stunned.
Okay. So then, let's
2 attacks
see
from a
here.
Rootfolk monk.
So then we're going to flurry of blows.
Okay.
And hit him 2 more times with advantage now because he's stunned, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Unless that rule changed, but I doubt it.
Yep. I mean, stunned is still. I would doubt they changed the stun condition. But I can dig into it after this. Let's not slow things down too much. Critical.
Nice.
Nice.
So, rolled a 7 on that d8, so that'll be 14 plus 7, 17 bludgeoning damage.
17. Ouch. 17. Okay, that bloody Semtech for sure.
Okay, let's do one more time.
Take out the crunchies first.
Still an 18 on that die. Glad it's advantage. The other one was a 1. So that'll be AC, let's see here, 24 to hit.
24 definitely.
Minimum damage this time, so 4 damage, but still, I'll take it. That's a great round overall. So
4 damage.
So yeah, and she is going to hold at that range and maybe just sidestep out a little bit away from the rest of the party, figuring that some of these guys might be magically. She's seen Erebus's breath weapon. She figures that spread out versus that kind of potential is good. So
Okay,
she's
so
going to try to get
move
away,
to one side.
separation from the group.
What you think a
Yeah.
fire dragon?
What, Dragonborn might
fireball?
also have breath weapons, all 5 of them? Ouch! Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is that turn for Z?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the Dragonborn Council's turn. And so Semtech is just stunned. Can you actually do me a favor? This probably won't be relevant right now, but if you can go into your character sheet and look at Stunning Strike and read it to yourself, not to me, just read it to yourself. And let me know if it lasts until the end of your next turn, the start of your next turn, like if they change that, like I would like to know that.
It's actually end, according to, in the short form. Let me check if they have a mismatch, because now I'm curious.
All right.
Until the end of my next turn. Yep.
Until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Subject is not doing anything in this round. So,
Stun locking was so powerful.
so upon seeing that, Zathul is going to
She's about to draw some aggro.
turn his attention on
Medic.
you. Let's see. So Zathul moves up to Z and attempts to bite.
Chompy, chompy, chompy.
Do I have a red die? I should use it.
Chomp, 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 patooey,
I
chomp.
should use d20s in the color of the dragon that is attacking, just to be super nerdy.
Nerd.
As if you needed to be nerdier.
Right.
Okay, there's a red one. All right. Attempting to bite the. Here we go. Bite attack. Okay. AC 12 is probably not going to do it.
Nope.
Okay. And then, upon missing with the bite, basically puts his head back, opens his mouth, and fire just shoots out all over you.
Brutal. Yeah.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
When in doubt, our fire.
Well, at least it's dex.
Yeah, and I'm just doubling check that I don't think I have anything special on monkey that impacts that. I'm just taking a quick look. This is so far drunken technique. Yeah, I didn't want to disengage, so sure. All right, yeah. So a dexterity saving throw, you said?
Correct.
Okay. Now, how are we using inspiration at this point?
You must declare it beforehand. So,
Correct.
Okay. Okay, because the rules for now that it's switched over to heroic inspiration, it has the new wording.
No, we're sticking with
yeah,
what
I figured. I just wanted to make sure because I'm down with that. I just wanted to make sure because we were doing some of the stuff with the new.
yeah,
The
we
new-
were
so,
house
all right.
ruling this in the first place.
Sure. Right. Well, I'll burn that heroic inspiration. Why not? It's the way I'm rolling ones. I would have already restored it otherwise. So. Wow, a 3 and a 9. Super. So plus that, at least it's a +5, so 15.
15.
Yep.
Okay. So that's still a pretty good roll for 5th level characters.
Yep.
So you managed to move out of the way of some of the breath weapon.
Sure.
So you wind up taking 7 fire damage.
I'm bad if I didn't. Alright. Woot woot.
So let's see. So Zathul is engaged with Z and did an attack and a breath weapon. Okay. So let's see. So Garrix, the white dragonborn, is going to take up a position to. So the fire that Zathul used was in sort of like a cone. And Garrix gets within 30 feet of Aqua and shoots out like a line of cold as opposed to a cone. It's
Free
this
hugs.
line of cold energy shoots out at Aqua. So I need I think all of these are actually dexterity. Hold on. Yeah, because you're trying to avoid the area. Yeah, so it's a dexterity save. Aqua, you're a rogue, so that's probably pretty good for you too, I would think.
Possible perks.
Yeah, my dex is +7. Not the 15s or.
Okay, so you take 7 cold damage as you move out of the way and it hits you in the shoulder.
7.
7.
I'd like to use my reaction to uncanny dodge that as well.
Okay. So
Down to 3.
it hits even less of you, and you take 3. Yes.
Yeah, Aqua.
Rogue survivability.
Rogue's got a rogue. I just got
Rogue
a
got a
candy
rogue.
on. So
Tiny.
Okay, so let's see. Drex, the black dragonborn, moves up to Erebus and is going to try to make a claw attack on you, Greg.
Okay.
If I could actually hit anything, that would be great. AC 13 is probably going to miss you.
Miss.
Okay. But then is going to replace one attack with a breath weapon, much like Zathul did. So I need you to make a dex save as this line of acid comes shooting out from Drex's mouth.
Yeah.
Or that.
This is Drex.
Correct.
Something black. Let me see.
All right. So it's a 20.
A 20.
Nice.
You take 7 acid damage.
Ouch. Okay.
That's Drex. Okay. And then Sokor, the blue dragon, advances on Andy. The blue dragonborn, excuse me. Advances on Andy. Tries to claw at Andy. Natural 1. My dice are hitting me today. But then shoots out a line of lightning right in your face. Make a dex save.
Fix it. Actually, I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one as well.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta show you this.
Oh no. Is it the one or the one?
Which one should I take?
Oh,
The
awesome.
the 1 or the 20?
Well, I think you should take the 20, sir.
think you should take the 20.
Yeah.
I'll probably take the 20.
Does that one restore your... No, it doesn't. On advantage rolls, we rolled it. It doesn't reset the heroic inspiration, right? It's- yeah.
So you take 7 lightning, Andy.
7.
And then Morphos, the green dragonborn, also advances on Erebus.
Oh, great.
Oh no, free hugs for Erebus.
they're like, "You're a dragonborn too. You shouldn't want to hurt us." Good damn it.
So
They
they
make you an offer, reject it.
so even though there is no flanking, Morphos gets on the opposite side of where Drex is. Knowing that you are a dragonborn, knowing that you also have a breath weapon. So it tries to make a bite on you. That's better. AC 22.
That will hit.
Okay. So that bite deals you 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a dex save. Actually, no, wait. He's not going to do that. He's going to make another attack on you. Because he directed himself to be out of the way of on the opposite side of you, so he's going to take another.
This Greg out of all of us has more healing.
Does AC 19 hit you, Greg?
Yes.
Okay. So you took the bite, so then you take a claw for 3.
Okay. All right.
So how you feeling there, Erebus? You've taken about, 14 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that is everybody, and Semtech is... So Andy, it is your turn. Andy, our halfling bard warlock. You have
Bardlock.
you have Garrix, the white dragonborn, standing toe-to-toe with you. Sorry, Sokor, the blue dragonborn, standing toe-to-toe to you. So many A names in this group.
I know.
I can't even keep you all straight.
We got A to Z.
Okay, well, what I am going to do first is pop my Armor of Agathis for using
All right.
both charges. So that'll give me... So for the next hour, let's see, I got 10 temporary hit points, and any melee attacks on me get 10 cold damage, which is kind of unfortunate that I'm facing the blue dragon. Oh, no, actually, no, that works. Blue
No, it's good.
not ice. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, if you were facing the white dragonborn,
That could be a little more
a little more interesting. Okay, so you put your armor, so you get this like frosty kind of armor around you.
And then let's see.
And then
That takes an action. And then I am going to play a little bit of an inspiring tune, and
Okay.
Up to 3 creatures that I can see that are within 60 feet of me get 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And you can each immediately use your reaction if you wish to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So if you wish to reshuffle, rejigger, move around, you
Okay.
can do so with this
I
one.
wish to do a jig.
So you're giving that to all 3 of us?
All 3 of you. Yep.
Okay, and we can move up to our full speed?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna ditch Zithul and say, I'll be back for you. And she's just gonna kind of pan around behind the group, like still 15 feet away from her current target, which is Semtak. So,
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
she's gonna go over kind of where they probably started.
I already
back behind
have
him by
temporary
15
hit
feet.
points that
Yeah.
only gives me a new stack of temps, right?
You can choose.
You can choose whichever one is higher.
Yeah.
Right, so it would not go to like 7.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. just-
Yeah.
Yeah. What gave you 7? That's cool.
Nothing gave me 7. I had 2
okay.
left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay, Erebus and Aqua, are you moving away from your targets at all?
I
Yes.
have no reaction left because I already used it to uncanny dodge.
Gotcha. Okay,
I
Erebus,
can move up to 30 feet away.
you can move up to 30 feet away from both of these Dragonborn if you want to.
Okay, so I'll do that.
You'll do that, okay. Gotcha. So,
Come around the back of them and put them in line to be breath weaponed anyway.
Right.
Yes.
yeah, I mean, do you want to get into position to do that, Greg, or you just want to like try to get as far away from them as you can?
You could try to position so that anybody who tries to breath weapon you is basically going to friendly fire, like get yourself between them or something like that.
Could probably do that.
He is
Yeah.
between them.
Oh, okay.
He's standing directly between the two of them right now.
Oh, so that doesn't work to move.
Now, you can move without invoking an opportunity attack. That's what the Mantle of Inspiration does.
But if I move, then I won't be in a position to kind of.
To use your
Yeah,
breath weapon.
because you're a
Yeah.
melee fighter, and you could move to optimize your position to hit them both with your breath weapon. You
Okay,
could back
I might
up and
do something
basically
like
put them
that.
in your cone, right, so to speak, right?
Okay,
Why
I
not?
mean,
Yeah.
bearing in mind that they're going to take another turn.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
Erebus.
you can put them in position
yeah.
right now. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, he
Erebus
gets- he
hasn't
gets
had
to
his
go
turn
before
yet.
they go.
Yeah,
I was
he'll
gonna
get
say
to go
not
before
he
them.
goes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Again, I'm looking at this
Stupid
as I'm
tactics.
looking at this list of A names.
Parent brain is a thing.
Not even being sure who's going next. All right. So, Greg, you position yourself to get them with your cone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Is that turn, Andy?
That is action and bonus action. So, yeah, I'm not going to move.
Okay.
Nice
good.
job, Andy. Good stuff. Thank you.
I have Andy, Aqua, and Erebus all right in a row here. So that was Andy, our Halfling Bard Warlock. Now we are on to Aqua, our Shardling Rogue. So you are still in base to base with Garrix, the White Dragonborn. What would you like to do?
Well, first I'm gonna rapier him in the face.
Okay.
So
That's only a 10.
That misses.
Well, then I'm going to attempt to shoot a dagger out of my wrist at him.
Okay.
My bonus action.
That sounds cool. Shard comes out, hopefully to pierce this dragonborn.
It's only a 13.
13. It just misses.
I'm gonna cry in the corner.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. It was Aqua, our Shardling rogue, and we're on to Erebus, our dragonborn fighter. What do you want to do there, Greg? You have the black and green dragonborn council members set up for your cone, for your breath weapon.
All right, so I'll do that. So now I have to roll this right in the damage.
Well, it's the damage, and then you tell me what kind of a saving throw it is.
It's a Dex 14.
Dex 14. Okay. So.
And it's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. This is a Dex save. Dex save is 14.
Yeah, DC 14.
Okay, so succeeds. So Drex is going to take 3 lightning. And then Morphos, which is the green. Ooh, gets an 18. Also takes 3.
Let's see, so I have another attack and then I have a bonus action.
Well, if I'm understanding the way it works correctly, Greg, you have to take the attack action in order to basically attack and use your breath weapon.
Yeah.
And you just use your breath weapon.
I think that the breath weapon only takes 1 attack if he has extra attack.
Right, but he didn't take the attack action, that's my point. He stood back and he used his breath weapon. He didn't take the attack action, make an attack, and then substitute one of his breath weapon for one of his attacks. He just stood back and used his action to use his breath weapon.
So
We'll have to take a normal attack.
okay.
Correct? Is that what you're trying to say?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15. Technically, you could have had them both within the area, but you basically would have had to have been standing. You would have been had to have standing directly next to one of them. Because if you think about, like, it's a 15-foot cone, right?
Yeah.
So there's one standing right in front of you. If that's what you did, which you didn't really specify, you said you wanted to set them up for a cone. You didn't tell me the exact position that you were in, so this is getting a little bit wonky right now. If you had basically moved around and stood on the other side of one of them, it would have been Erebus, Dragonborn, 5-foot square, Dragonborn.
But you know what? This is not a cone, it's a line. In reading what it says.
Right. I mean, again, if we want to kind of rewind it a little bit, if you were to get them in a line, then the proper operation would have been this. I take the attack action, I attack with a melee attack, and then I replace my second attack with a breath weapon. That you didn't specify that. If you didn't know that, if you didn't understand that, we can walk it back and we can retroactively allow you to attack. But that's the way you need to use that, is you have to take the attack action and make an attack and then do the breath weapon.
Well, then I'll do that the next time then. But
I mean, no, there's basically, that's the only way you can do it, Greg.
No, it's not. He can use his breath weapon without taking an attack action.
It's not the way it's worded, but I don't know. Yeah.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
But Greg, I will let you retroactively take that attack if you'd like.
Okay.
You can choose either the black dragonborn or the green dragonborn.
Okay. Can I use my Giant's Might?
I think so. Is it a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. So again, this is a little wonky, but I don't want to like be too nitpicky about it. You would use that bonus action first.
Mm-hmm.
Get in base to base with somebody, then use the attack action, make a melee attack, and then use your breath weapon.
Okay.
That's how that entire series of events works. But it's fine. You can just go ahead and say that you're big and that you make a melee attack right now against either the black or the green dragonborn.
All right. So
Which one would you like to attack?
I guess we'll do the black one.
Okay, so you're attacking Drex. Okay. And you are large sized, so this will probably do a little more damage, I think is the
Yes,
mechanical
it does an
advantage.
extra a D6.
Okay, awesome. So go ahead and make your attack. Is this a claw attack? Is this a bite? Is this a weapon?
It'll be a weapon attack.
What kind of weapon are you using?
Short sword.
Short sword? All right.
All right, so.
Go for it, buddy.
All right, so it's going to be 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And it's going to be for 14.
14 damage on the black dragonborn. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, good hit. Good hit with that short sword. Not bloodied. Slightly larger short sword, we'll say, since you're larger.
I think it's a long short sword.
It's a medium sword. So I believe that is everything you could possibly do, unless you want to move and provoke an opportunity attack at this point. But do you want to just stay base to base with the black dragonborn?
Yeah, let's stay there for now.
Okay. So that is our entire initiative order with the 3 A's at the end. And that is the end of part 1 of our adventure, Prophecy Fulfilled. Please stay tuned for part 2. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.